Let's go to the Nigerian capital, Abuja. Kabir Adamu is the managing director of Beacon Consulting. It's a security risk management and intelligence consulting company for African Sahel countries. Kabir, welcome to the program. How do you see the situation? What's critical in your mind right now?
Thank you, Adnan. The circumstances that the average Nigerian is facing, and then of course the fate of democracy in the Sahel, I think those are for me the most critical things at the moment. Of course, we can talk about the future of the counter-terrorism strategy that is being pursued in the Sahel region, and the fact that groups such as Al-Qaeda and Islamic State and their affiliates have been making very good gains, as it were, in the region as a result of the failure of good governance and its consequences.
Does this bring the Wagner mercenary group more to the forefront? Can those different military juntas across the Sahel and in West Africa, can they alone fight the insurgency movements and the different groups that are aiming to overthrow states on their own, or do they need help?
They definitely need help. If we pick Burkina Faso as an example, the military took over on the guise of insecurity, but today almost about 70% of its territory is being contested by these non-state armed groups, the terrorist groups. The same thing with Mali. A significant portion of Mali, over 50% of the Malian population, is being contested by these groups. So the claim by the military that they would do better in the area of national security, frankly, it has not been proven. They do need help, and we know that both in terms of capacity and capability, they lack the basic requirements to defend their territorial integrity. And it's only through regional support, through global support, especially with the counterterrorism effort, that they would be able to do that. No doubt, unfortunately, the post-colonial strategy by France has created this deep resentment by the citizens of these countries against France. But I think it's a matter of re-engineering that, presenting a more just, equitable, and perhaps fair relationship between the world and these countries. But clearly they do need help.
Mohamed Bazoum, the ousted president, was a key ally, of course, of the West in fighting those insurgency movements. Antony Blinken, the US Secretary of State, says he believes, or at least fears, that the Wagner group is going to take advantage of the coup in Niger. What sort of leverage does the United States have left? $100 million in aid used to go to Niger annually, and that's been currently suspended. What else can the US do?
I mean, speaking strategically, I think the visit by the US under Secretary of State Nuland was more successful than the visit by ECOWAS. So it appears to me that the US still has leverage if they were able to achieve a meeting that ECOWAS, where Niger is a member of, and its envoys could not achieve that meeting, then yes, the US still has a leverage. And perhaps this is as a result of the understanding of the global power, the global strength that the US has, and the fact that the US still has a significant number of troops within Niger. It has 2 military bases, and then of course it could also influence global geopolitics, as it were. So I think concentrating on this trend, opening a channel of communication, especially between the junta and ECOWAS, would probably be the best way to go. Of course, Niger cannot isolate itself. It has the option of moving towards Russia, or perhaps even towards China. But I think the consequences of that would bite Niger more than it would bite its other partners, including France and the US.
Kabir Adamu, we always appreciate your analysis. Thank you so much once more.